Gentlemen, and welcome to a very special live stream that was done very impromptu last minute because I was bored. Welcome to Ultimate Racing League, and we are here tonight not racing anyone from Ultimate Racing League. We are racing against the computer, but what I want to show you guys tonight is a bit of a driver's eye view of how I prepare for a race. And I'm going to be preparing for a race that I'm not actually going to be taking part in. So Ultimate Racing League has races on Sundays and races on Wednesdays, as well as other days throughout the week. Pretty much any day ending in the letter Y, come to think about it. But on a Wednesday, we race the Superformula cars, and next Wednesday, we're going to be racing at Watkins Glen. Now, Watkins Glen is a very topical track right now, because if you want to join Ultimate Racing League and take part in our Sunday league, we currently have a time trial open at Watkins Glen in a GT car to go and see how you compare against the 1,000 members we have in the league. But that's not what we're doing tonight, because, as I said, we also have a Superformula race there on Wednesday. I won't be taking part because I'm going to be on holiday, which means that you won't get to see my lovely live stream. So, to make up for that, I'm going to go on board in VR and I'm going to give you my perspective as I learn the track. It took me long enough to learn this track in a GT car. It's not my favourite track, it's actually my worst. But I thought it'd be interesting just to talk whilst I'm driving. I don't normally learn the track in VR. Normally I learn the track in regular view, but I thought VR would make it a bit more fun for you guys as well. And this is how I learn it, is that I set up a 50-minute race with all the right settings against the computer, and I see how much tyres I'm using, how much fuel I'm using, and I get a feel for the track, right? And I'm always looking to evolve every lap and learn something new. The race on Wednesday will be a 50-lap race, where we have to use hard, medium and soft tyres. So I go into that race without knowing how much fuel I'm going to need, how much tyres, how long the tyres are going to last. People who know Watkins Glen know that the front left tyre gets an absolute beating around here. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go. But really, without further ado, we're going to jump in and we're going to drive some laps in VR for this Superformula car around Watkins Glen. And I will try and explain my mindset as I go. So we'll jump into VR as soon as we see the green light. There we go, we're in VR now. The AI always gets a better start than you, because it's an AI. And this is actually against GT Sophie AI. So this is one of the new features in Gran Turismo. It's got a much better corner exit than me through there. Nice and easy first sector, because it's just an uphill, flat out sector. I'm going to try and get as close to the slipstream of the AI as I can. I don't expect the AI to be much of a problem. Just going to brake nice and easy, just get a feel for where the grip is, and the AI has actually pulled a bit of a gap on me through there, but I'm going to see how... Yeah, I thought I'd be able to take this flat, and I can. Braking at the 200, just because that's where I brake in a GT car, so I thought, okay, let's try and brake there in a Superformula, and I'll try and push it a bit harder next lap. Braking at that final board there, I think, yeah, feels about right. I'm just doing it on feel for this first lap, because I haven't got any reference points. And that AI has actually stayed in front of me for most of the lap here. Again, just sort of guessing the braking point for now, but we'll pick a reference point as we go. I'm just having to take my hand off the wheel slightly there. You won't see that on the VR. Ooh, nasty kick there. This AI is actually pulling away. Now, I knew that corner would be flat out. I don't know if this one's going to be flat. Oh, it maybe is if I get the entry right. But yes, the AI has actually led the first lap here. That doesn't usually happen. So yeah, I think that was roughly the right braking point. And yes, here we go. We've got a run on him. In fact, not much I can do. I had to get off the throttle there. But we've got a much better run with the momentum up the hill. And he's somewhere there. Right, okay. So, just going down 2 gears, hugging the curbs, Don't know if that's okay or not. Having to lift there because I wasn't quite sure of the car. So this time I broke past the 100, past the 200. There was a little grate behind the 200 that I was aiming for. I think at that final that final board there that says Gran Turismo is probably about right, but then you want to be really early on the accelerator here. That was a bit late. That was really late on the accelerator. I don't know my reference point. Yeah, let's try the 100. Yeah, it's just before the 100 then. Get on the accelerator. I'm going to try the 100 here. Not bad. Just having to gather the car up there. Got it slightly on the dirt. That corner's easy. This one just feels like it probably wants to be a lift. Yes. Yeah, it's just a lift. Maybe less of a lift than that, but I'm learning. So down into turn 1, third attempt. Let's brake on that Gran Turismo sign. I think that's about right, but you want to be really early on the accelerator there, and those curbs are brutal. I barely held onto the car there. So now I'm sort of distracted by a helicopter. I really should be focusing, shouldn't I? I'm doing like 120 mile an hour, 140 even. Let's brake and aim for that barrier. I can be taking that faster, I think. But yeah, we can take this corner flat out in this car. It's nowhere near flat out in a GT car. And yeah, we want to be full throttle from halfway around that apex. Nah, I had to go down a gear there. That front tyre started sliding there, so it's cost me a bit of time. Getting a bit of sliding going on as well there. And a bit wide, but a much cleaner exit. I've actually lost time. And whoa, in the barrier. Okay, well, I need to back off a bit more then. What's the tyres looking like? Oh yeah, that front left is absolutely dead. Yep, and I'm feeling it there. Yeah, look at... it's hard to glance up to the right as you're driving, but there's my information panel, and that front right has only lasted 3 laps. That's insane. Using all the curbs this time, but I think yeah, I'm having to lift through that corner this time because that front left, you can see, look at the graining on it. Look at that graining on that front left. The front right's not looking brilliant either. But yeah, so losing some time here, but I'm gonna, now that I think I've got the track sort of sorted in my head, just gonna have another go at it next lap. I'm just gonna set my brake bias to the rear. I don't think full to the rear is the right way to go necessarily in this car, but it's not a bad starting point. So we just want to be down a gear there. Yeah, that's kind of alright. Tiny bit of a hesitation mid-corner there. Yeah, losing some lap time here. And yeah, there's no grip to turn in compared to the first lap. I was trying to do the same as what I was doing on the opening lap there, but the tyres had it. Oh god. Oh, that's ugly. But getting really confident to hug that barrier. There's that barrier with the orange paint on it, and I'm just trying to get as close to that as I can. No problem in the left-handers, because it's the front left that's gone. It's the right-handers that really don't feel good right now. And I want to be on the inside of that corner there. I don't want to be taking this outside line around it. It's not the fastest way. But yeah, that tyre's dead. And I think if I try another lap, I'm in danger of that tyre just completely letting go. You can't get punctures in Gran Turismo, but you can basically get it so it's like you don't have that tyre. So there's another important thing to get right is the pit lane entry, because you do get a penalty if you cross the pit lane line. Let's refuel. I normally reach for a drink at this stage, and I was just doing the same, but I forgot I've got the VR headset on. I can't see my living room. I have got a cable dangling near my foot. It's not really a distraction, but I can feel it with my foot, and I can't see it because I've got the headset on. Let's see if I can do something about it. There we go. You get to see the car, Benetton. The AI looks after its tyres very well compared to me, so I'm no surprise that the AI stayed out. The AI is probably going to stay out for quite a long time, actually. But yeah, we've got to practice the pit entry and exit as well, because you can get a 3-second penalty if you cross the line. It appears that I managed to keep it within the lines. Let's have another go. Look at the tyres now, they look nice and shiny. So let's see if we can do something a bit faster. Let's see if we can make the tyres last. That's the next thing that I'd want to be looking at here, is once I start to get comfortable with the car, then I start looking at, can I optimise that tyre life? And it's all going to be this left-hander, right-hander, I keep getting left and right mixed up. That right-hander there is going to be what ruins that front left tyre. See how much easier it is to take that corner once you've got fresh tyres. Way closer to the racing line. So braking at the 100, short shifting on the exit, get on the power. Braking at the 100 and trail braking. And crashing. There we go. That's a yellow flag. Oh, I got the car spun around anyway. Got a bit of damage, but damage doesn't last, so damage repairs itself. As a league, we toyed with the idea of having permanent damage, and it ruins people's races if you have permanent damage. So it is hurting the top speed quite substantially until that damage is cleared. There we go, it's cleared now. But now my mission is, can I make the tyres last a bit longer? Let's see how close we can get to clipping that barrier without hitting it. That barrier with the orange, oh, very close. And I can maybe take that a gear higher. And I'm just deliberately lifting off there to try and preserve those tyres. You can see the AI in front of us, we're catching it up. And there we go, we are now half a second up on our personal best. Despite having a bad start to that because of that damage, we've gained a ton of time here. And I'm feeling like I know the track now. This will be the other corner that wears the front left out quite a lot. Easy overtake. Where is he? There we go. I think I'm losing some time on turn 1 there, because what you really want is to be on the accelerator as early as possible in turn 1, because then you've got this big hill. It feels like the car's running out of revs up the hill. I think maybe slightly less downforce. Mind you, good first sector there. Right, okay, I don't need to brake until I'm actually at the barrier. But yeah, that absolutely killed that tyre just then. It was just a bit too tight. And braking at the marker, trying to get the car to the inside so I can get on the power because that's going to really compromise you down this straight if you can't get on the power. We're purple again. Braking just before the 100. It's not at the 100. Yeah, that's right. And maybe, yeah, braking just as I cross the 100 there. Ah, God, that corner is horrible. Maybe I need to short shift and take that in 3rd gear or something. And that's alright for a lift through there. But yeah, that front left is going again. So I need to really focus now on that front left. Yeah, and you can start to feel the turning lacking now through turn 1. Feels right to really rev the car out down here, because if you shift into 6th midway up the hill, you're just gonna have no power up the hill. So braking actually as I pass that barrier, and then maybe just a little, yeah, just tiny lift there. Yeah, that felt good. Now what I'd be doing here is to limit that front left wear. I'll be tempted to do that with car setup. So something you can do in this Superformula car is you can put on a lot more front downforce than rear. Yeah, starting to lose the tyres already because, you know, I lost 4/10 through there and it was not a particularly untidy sector. So it's really just the tyres starting to go now. I might be able to make up a bit of time through here because this wasn't very good last time. Nah, losing more time. So, yeah, tyres already past their best at this stage, just 3 laps into the stint. Having to go down a gear there. But, yeah, as I was saying, actually, let me just concentrate. As I was saying, that's alright. Track limits, by the way, there is right at the edge of that rumble strip. So it's kind of alright. As I was saying, right, I can put loads of front wing on and no rear wing. It'll make the car very hard to control, but it should limit the amount of tyre wear that you get on the front. The other thing I think is just to maybe sort of ease off around here, but it's a corner where you kind of want to take it flat. The car can take it flat. So now my focus is just, can I get to that inside? There's so much grip coming out of that corner. So it's really important to pick up the power nice and early. I might pit this lap. What's the time? Yeah. I don't know if that tyre's going to last another lap. But I'm very keen now to see what the mediums do. That's another important aspect of the race weekend. I took way too much curb there. Let's go in. I think I was clipping that yellow line on the way in, so I think I might get a penalty for that. Let's refuel the car. Again, I'm reaching around for a drink. I do it every time I pit. It's so funny. You can't see me on camera right now. Which is just as well, because I'm butt naked. Except for a VR headset, of course. Yeah, I'm always reaching around for a can of pop. Or a can of vodka, whatever. A can of vodka? Can you get? No, you can't get cans of vodka, can you? A can of vodka lemonade. You can get a can of that, can't you? So yeah, like what I've taken from this is that the soft tyres are really going to last 4 laps unless you drive like a grandma. Does that then devalue the soft tyres? In fact, my next question is, do I have the same problem on the mediums? Well, let's find out. We're on the mediums now. I wonder if the mediums will hold on for long enough, whether the fuel load is going to make the mediums faster as well, because like we've only got down to half a tank of fuel there. It looks like the fuel was lasting, hang on, let me concentrate. Yeah, that's nice and easy. That's nice and easy. Okay, I mean, you know what? I don't think these softs were really that much faster, because I feel like I can take these corners just as fast on the mediums. I think it was more limited by how hard I was willing to push. Yeah, these mediums feel fantastic. Right, 9 laps of fuel on a stint. That's what I was looking at. And a lap is how fast? 125 for a lap. Okay, it's quite a quick lap actually around here. The GTs do it in like 144. It's 20 seconds a lap faster than a GT car. Jesus, didn't expect the delta to be that high. Obviously that lap I pitted, so the lap time on that lap will be a bit dodgy. The AI, by the way, rubber bands really badly. So the AI was probably like 30-40 seconds in front, and it just decided to crawl around to give me a chance to catch up. But what it hasn't realised is it's not pitted, I have. So the rubber banding just doesn't work. Yeah, only a 10th off my personal best there, despite being on mediums. That's promising. And yeah, that front left holding on all right. Nice easy overtake, bye bye. I hate the AI, it just cannot race you. It didn't even try to defend. I mean, not that you can when you've got that sort of closing speed, but why do they even have that kind of closing speed? Yeah, AI, it's just crap. I wish that Gran Turismo had developed an AI that just drives as well as it can, rather than trying to match what you're doing. Ah! Jedi reflexes again. Caught that one. So just a nice little lift through there. I'm starting to feel the car now. I won't do the full 50 minutes, by the way. I mean, that'll be incredibly boring. You might as well just watch me race. But I hope it's been enlightening for... I mean, I don't know who's watching, but it could be maybe you're one of the guys who are down the back of the grid. I hope this helps you. I don't know if my lap times are at all competitive, especially being in VR. But I can tell you for sure that you brake as you go towards that barrier there. I've definitely got that right. And then this is certainly in qualifying flat out. Whether you want it flat out in the race depends whether your tyres are going to hold on. And then you definitely want to be on the power sort of halfway around that corner, because then you've got this nice straight. And same with that, sort of hook it to the inside and then on the power. Yeah, oh, this is so... Okay, yes. The mediums are better than the softs. Probably because the car's a bit lighter on fuel. Ah! No! Ah! I'm dizzy. That actually made my head spin. Ah! I feel... My God. VR is so trippy, man. Hello. Hello, AI. I didn't kind of mean to throw it up the inside there. I just didn't know where he was. And the AI is finally pitted. Is my car... Yeah, my car's fixed itself by now. Right. Oh, I turned in way too early. Now I'm just making up my own racing line. Very naughty, that'll get you a penalty in the race. That'll get you a hell of a penalty, that. But I was kind of just wanting to see, like, if I turn in a bit earlier, what happens. This is kind of... You know what? This is kind of the point of this video, is to watch me try things. Not all of the things I try are going to work. Like, otherwise, my first lap would just be the fastest. Right? I mean, this is how I learn a track, is by pushing it, trying things that don't work, and then realising, okay, that didn't work, but why didn't it work? Well, I turned in too early. Simple as. Last lap, I got purple through this sector, and I know why. It's because of that run out of the corner there. Feeling fairly confident with the braking point for that one. This time I didn't spin because I knew that I was just going to run out of grip on that curb. I'm learning my way through there as well, and we're matching the pace of the softs here. We had a bad first sector, as you saw. Yeah, those that front left's holding on the mediums, and that was actually the fastest lap. So that time round, tried something else there. I tried getting really early on the power there, and you saw me run wide, kept it in track limits, but I had to get right off the accelerator in order to keep it in track limits. So I think this might compromise me down the straight just a little bit. But, oh my god, I'm 7/10 faster? What? Okay, I'm going to do that next lap then. Okay, it felt messy to me, but that was apparently ridiculously fast. That time round I had definitely less grip through there. And sort of having to get out of the accelerator. This is actually a good lap though. Interesting. This can also happen to me though, where I set a fastest lap and don't always know why. Taking a late apex that time. Wasn't as fast, lost a 10th. So late apex maybe not a good idea. And also trying something there. Tried keeping it in 6th gear, but yeah, good lap. Gonna brake a little bit late this time. That felt good. That actually felt good. So that was braking a little bit later and turning across a little bit sharper, and the car was just planted. Mind you, it was about a 10th slower. That felt really good. So the bus stop is just down a gear. Front left is now starting to get worn. I can see it not on the heads-up display, but just out of my window. Out of my window? You know what I mean, out of my eyes. My eyes are windows. And that's where it really hurts you, is through that right-hander there. Oh my god, that's slow. Really? Didn't feel like I lost 8/10. I can't wait for the GT Spec 3 update in December, where we get telemetry, and I can see why that was 8/10 slower. Be a lot of learning, and I'm the sort of guy who would dig that data. So that was an attempt at keeping it, I said 6th gear, I meant 5th, keeping it in 5th. Good final sector. Yeah, so that nearly happened last lap, where you get a big snap on the curb because you've got a change in grip when you go over that curb. To be honest, I'm not sure how I kept control of the car there. I thought that was heading to a spin. This will be slow. I'm so wrong! This will be slow. Sets purple. Took a risk there, taking a bit of grass. I kind of knew it had took the car around, and it worked. It's that corner there though where I'm really losing the time, I think. Yeah, so again, that middle sector, it could just be tyre wear. Short shifting there because I'm learning that there's no exit grip. Got a horrible snap, but that was actually a very fast sector. And we will basically just go now until we run out of fuel, and then we'll end the stream. That time I had to take that in 4th gear. Didn't feel on the way in that 5th was going to be okay. That's a bit better. So that time I just moderated my throttle. I was just sort of off the accelerator for quite long until I felt like the car was stable. I mean, this is probably going to be slower now that I say that, but it felt smoother. Yeah, it's a lot slower. Yeah, this would be a time where telemetry would just really be useful. Didn't lose as much as I thought I would there, though. I mean, considering that the tyres are now gone 3/10 off purple, just to point out, when you see sort of plus 3/10 come up, it's not always a bad thing. Just bear in mind that my tyres are now extremely second-hand. So, and when I see a blue sector come up, despite the tyres being officially dead, I see it as a good thing. I took that quite fast. That was quite good. Yep, good final sector. Right, I'm going to try revving it out at the top of the hill here, because I think some of this lap time could just be coming from the fact that I'm shifting too early. Maybe there. Yeah. Wow, you can brake so late for that. I mean, now I'm braking beyond that barrier. I'm actually braking as I hit the rumble strip on the inside of the bus stop there. But it feels like it's this corner where the tyres are hurting the most. I'm really struggling to get on the power through there. I wanted to be on the power like from halfway round. Just having to adjust the headset there, it's starting to hurt my temple. Interesting thing is that you lose... Oh crap. I was going to say, I was looking at the interface there. Like, it's so hard to sort of see the information that you want. I've got a bit of headset drift going on here. It's not quite centered. I'm just going to adjust that down the straight. Oh. There we go. But I think I'll make this maybe the last lap. What's the fuel on? Oh crap, I've actually not even got a lap's worth of fuel. Thank you, game. Thank you for telling me quite clearly that I've run out of fuel. How was I to know? I've got half a lap of fuel left. Well, I think we'll end it there then. Also because this headset's really hurting my temple now. Yeah, let's just slow it down and bring it to an end there. But I don't know if that's been insightful or not. Maybe I've been driving this completely wrong, who knows. But I hope it gives an idea of how I approach a race weekend, how I come up with the lap time, how I study the different approaches into different corners. It's been a bit different because I don't usually do it in VR. The main thing that you get when you're not in VR is you get to see your speed. There is a speedometer here on the steering wheel. You can see it there. It says speed 72, 78, whatever. But good luck reading that when you're in the middle of a corner. Yeah, I'm kind of used to having it on a big dial in front of me. Let's, before we end, take the headset off. Oh no, I was going to say I'd take the headset off and I'd do a lap without the VR, but it's not going to work because the microphone's in the headset. So I'm going to leave it there then. I'm going to hope that everyone enjoyed that. I am back in 2 weeks' time from my holiday. Hopefully we will have a new season of Sunday League, where hopefully I will be battling against some of the titans of Ultimate Racing League. I don't know if I'm going to be in the top split. I'm hoping so. The time trials are looking good for me. Got to get in the top 16 of the whole league in order to get into the top split. And I think I'm 12th at the moment. So, and there's some fast guys still to qualify. So hopefully in 2 weeks' time I can come back and announce my debut in the I'm going to call it League of Champions, but it's I think going to be called Pro from now on. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'll get there, and then you'll get to see me get my arse kicked every week by people who are really, really good at Gran Turismo. But I'm that guy in that blue car just there that you saw driving around the track, because I'm on my way home. I'm on my way home to get a beer, get drunk, some vodka with lemonade apparently. So yeah, have a good one guys, and I will see you in a few weeks. Panic at the Tesco, signing out. Good night. Where's the bloody end stream button in VR?